Hi everyone, it's Jack from Jack's English, and today, by popular demand, I'm going back to using K-pop to improve your English. After the popularity of my RM video, I got a lot of requests saying, Jack, please use more K-pop. So today, that's exactly what we're gonna do. So let's not waste any more time. We have 5 K-pop stars to get through, and we'll start with Jennie from Blackpink. Jennie was born in Seoul, South Korea, but she spent a lot of her early life in New Zealand, which is the reason why she's so fluent at English.
I'm back.
As her fans know, there's so much we can learn from her English. So let's take a look at our target sentence for today.
Little girl from Australia, she came along and us four just clicked and we just started singing together from day one. Yeah.
From Jennie, I want to teach you natural English expressions. And the first one she uses is clicked. We just clicked. This is a wonderful expression meaning that you immediately connect with someone. Some similar phrases that you might be familiar with are we got on well with each other or we took to each other. Now, to use today's phrase click in a sentence, I had a blind date last night and we clicked immediately. That means we made an immediate connection and got on well with each other. Now, another expression that she uses in this sentence is from day one. Now, I know you're probably familiar with from the start or in the beginning, but a very common phrase in English is to say from day one. This has the same meaning. So for example, I enjoyed myself in university from day one. So right from the first day of university, I enjoyed myself, and this is a very common expression in English conversation. So thanks Jennie for these natural English expressions. Let's move on to our next K-pop star. Chungha was a member of IOI, who were a really popular girl group a few years ago. They actually split up in 2017, but Chungha has gone on to do a solo career and she's doing really well. She's also fluent in English, and this is making her really popular in the US, particularly this year. Let's look at the target sentence that we are going to learn from today.
I get to know my voice more, and then I get to put out my choreo into it more, and then
Chungha is using get to verb. Get to verb. But what does this mean? Get has so many meanings. I could spend a whole lesson teaching you the word get, but today we're going to focus on opportunity. If you get to verb, it means you have an opportunity to do something, an opportunity to verb. So Chungha says, I get to know my voice. I have an opportunity to know my voice, and I get to put out my choreo. Now in this case, I think she means choreography, which is her dancing. She gets an opportunity, she has an opportunity to show her dancing to her fans. This structure is so useful for traveling. So let me give you 2 examples, a positive and a negative. I went to Japan last year and I got to see my favorite band in Tokyo. I went to Paris last month, but I didn't get to see the Eiffel Tower. This means I didn't have the opportunity. I missed the opportunity to see the Eiffel Tower. So that's the structure I want you to learn from Chungha today. Get to verb. Our next star is Wendy from Red Velvet. She spent a lot of her early life in Canada, so again, she is a native English speaker. It's really funny to see her on TV. She has a lot of exchanges with Korean interviewers, and it's very funny to see how she speaks English and changes her English for them. So check out this clip.
Red velvet?
Yes, red velvet.
뭐라고요?
Red velvet.
레드 벌벗이요?
Red velvet. Wow.
뭐라고요?
Red velvet.
레드 벨벳 아닙니다.
From Wendy, we are learning the pronunciation of V. Now, I did a video on this recently, and this clip just shows how important V is and how English learners can sometimes struggle. Wendy pronounces it so naturally, she doesn't even think about it. But the top teeth touch the bottom lip and the air is able to move out. Whereas the interviewer, who is not so good at English, says V, he closes his lips and says B. So Wendy is a great example of perfect pronunciation. Please learn from her. Ten is a popular member of the group NCT, and he's actually from Thailand. He was born in Thailand and he comes from Chinese descent. So he's actually fluent in a lot of languages, and particularly, as you can hear, he's fluent in English. So let's take a look at our target sentence from 10.
And then I'm moving aboard next, next
Where?
semester.
Where?
To Oxford.
This is a great example of the present continuous used in the future. So what does this mean? Present continuous in the future is an appointment. So 10 is saying that moving abroad next semester is booked, it's 100%, it will happen. A lot of my learners mix this up, they don't fully understand the meaning of it, they think it means near future, but it doesn't. If you book a plane for even a year in the future, then it's an appointment. So you'll say, for example, I'm flying to England next year. I'm going to America this winter. This means that it's booked, it's 100%, so the present continuous can show a future appointment. Now let's go on to our final K-pop star, Rosé. Rosé is another fully native English speaker. She grew up in New Zealand and Australia and then came to Korea to join the group Blackpink. She's really interesting because she speaks with an Aussie accent. So if you want to learn the Australian accent, Rosé is a great person to shadow. Let's take a look at the target sentence from her, which will show some very expressive English.
I think he was sick of me like screaming at the top of my lungs on my piano every night at like 12 a.m.
So the first phrase I want to teach you is sick of. This means that you don't like something because you've seen or done or heard too much. It's the same as tired of, but even more expressive. So for example, I am sick of eating pizza. That means I've probably eaten too many pizzas and now I don't want to eat anymore. In Rosé's case, she said that her father was sick of hearing her using the piano and singing, which means he heard too many times, so he didn't like it anymore. Obviously, she was joking in this case, but it's a great use of expressive English. Another expression she uses is to scream at the top of her lungs. At the top of your lungs means as loudly as possible. So here she's meaning she's singing as loudly as she can while she's playing the piano, but it can also mean screaming. So the woman screamed at the top of her lungs because she was in trouble. This is much more expressive than scream loudly. So that's everything I want to learn from 5 K-pop stars today. As I said, I've already done an RM video, so if you haven't seen that, check that out after this video. There's a lot we can learn from RM as well. And don't hesitate to ask me questions below. I will answer them as soon as I can. Thanks so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and let me know if you want to see more of this content. I hope you have a wonderful week this week and see you very soon. Bye bye.